What's going on, YouTube? Again, it's your boy Swisher coming back at you with. This is gonna be a Texans talk, and because this is gonna be all about the Texans, nothing about the draft or anything like that. I'm gonna talk about some shit in house and what I personally want to see change. As far as the creativity of offense, just like how they implemented a few new wrinkle runs going into Jacksonville, those kind of things need to keep happening. Personally, Bill O'Brien, you need to start coaching like Pete Carroll. Enough said. And the reason why I say that, because Pete Carroll knows how to fucking win. Bill O'Brien, you've shown that you know how to win sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. I want that sometimes to go to more than often, at least. You know what I'm saying? That'll at least show that you're showing signs of continuity and consistency. Look at the players on our roster. Look at the skill sets that they have. We all know what Hop can do. He's shown it since he's gotten here. There's no denying that. We know what Will Fuller brings to the table. Personally, he's not an outside receiver to me. I would use him on the inside and use his speed to work on safeties one-on-one. Because regardless of what kind of coverage that the other team is in, simple routes, man, can expose the coverage that they're in. Like I said, certain routes. That's all you got to do. If you want to come out in a 5 wide set, you know what I'm saying, there's the team already, the defense knows you're going to throw the ball. So when you have when you have tight ends like CJ Fedorowicz, and I know I said I wouldn't talk about the draft, but hopefully if they do draft a guy like Bucky Hodges, you know what I'm saying, you just have them run straight. You know what I'm saying? That a defender is gonna have to run with them, otherwise it opens up a void in the scene. And every smart quarterback has been taught, throw to the open guy. You know what I'm saying? When you have open seams like that, especially up the middle, take it all the time. Now, with guys like Fuller and Strong, for a guy like Fuller, I'm having him run quick slants, post, 5 and outs, 5 and in routes, and those shallow crossing routes. Those are the routes that I would have him perfect. Why? Because the post can be effective against a cover 2. Those 5 and outs, if they're, you know what I'm saying, if they're in a zone, that corner has to react to his speed, which is guaranteed a mismatch. So that's an easy completion. When you do those shallow crossing routes, it makes those linebackers have to step up and respect the speed of what's coming, and then that allows you to throw it behind them. You know, throw routes, post routes behind them. As far as Jalen goes, oh my bad, I still had a few more routes as far as Will goes. Those 5 and in routes and those slant routes, when you're predicting that a team is blitzing, he becomes the hot read on those plays, because when, you know what I'm saying, instead of throwing it hard, Brock has a tendency of doing this too. Just throwing everything, it's like it's a goddamn shot put. It's not a fucking shot put, dude. Just put some touch on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Arm strength ain't everything. You gotta have a little touch and finesse, with the ball. You know what I mean? But yeah, when teams try to blitz you and all that, or if you predict a blitz coming, or even if you see them lining up in a formation where they want to blitz, even if they back out of it, I'm still running those quick slants and those shallow cross routes. Because one or two things are gonna happen. If they blitz and you throw it, you pitch and catch. I don't know how many defenders can actually run with Will Fuller once he catches the ball and he's in front of them. Those are scientifically proven facts. I hate to say scientifically proven, but those are sports facts that have been proven. The guy didn't run a 4.32 for nothing. And for guys like Jalen Strong, I mean, and this aggravates the fuck out of me because the guy does nothing but show up for you in big time games. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me not say in big time games, but whenever you play the Colts, this guy shows up for you. In each of the last, I want to say 2 or 3 Texans victories over the Colts, Jalen Strong has been a determining factor of us winning that game. Like it or not. I wouldn't give a damn if the team knew that he's going to run go routes the whole game. Guess what? If you can't stop it, like the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see many corners, outside of, guys like Xavier Rhodes and Sherman, being able to just hold this guy at the line of scrimmage. This guy is a bully, whether y'all know it or not. If you think I'm lying, go back and watch this kid's college. Go watch Strong's college tapes, man. Those defenders were having hell trying to hold him at the line. And that's transition to the pros. When you want to try and play bump and run coverage with him, he bullies you. And he's a hell of a run defender, I might add. But that's another story for another day. As far as, like I was saying, my boy Ray was saying, he's considered a jump ball receiver. I'm perfectly fine with that because 3 things are gonna happen on those plays when you chunk it up, especially when he's in one-on-one man-to-man coverage. If he's got him beat by a yard, launch it to him, let him go. You know what I'm saying? If even and that's one of the things. Second, once he's even if the coverage is tight, 9 times out of 10 he's gonna be able to out jump that DB. You know what I'm saying? Also, it never hurts to send guys in motion so that you can create that mismatch and matchup that you want. I feel personally that they should do that with both Hop and Jalen Strong. That's just my opinion on it, though. And last but not least, and anybody who's watched football as long as I've been watching it knows how the New England Patriots were consistently beating people, by a large margin year in and year out in the early 2000s. They weren't just beating your heads in. No. They would dink and dunk and then go over the top and pray to living fuck that they would pray to heaven. They would pray to the football gods that they would get a pass interference call. And look, and 9 times out of 10, that happened. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to win football games when you're getting 30 and 40 yard penalties on, every other drive. It's not hard. Simple football. As you can see, I'm a 24-year-old man. I'm not a paid professional. I'm just an avid football fan that loves the game. And I'm sitting here telling you, the YouTube world, that exact same thing. That was all they were doing. That's all New England was doing. You know what I'm saying? And you can get those same kind of results when you utilize a guy like Jalen Strong. Another guy that, that's on the roster that's not getting any love at all, Keith Mumphrey. I don't understand why he's not being used. I don't. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like Braxton Miller, who, in my personal opinion, is our wildcat quarterback. When you play teams that want to decide to go heavy up front, utilize guys like Braxton Miller as put him at quarterback, and have him line up, in those pistol formations, where you can run the read option and double read option off of guys like him. You know what I'm saying? With a guy like Braxton Miller running your pistol, those pistol plays of your offense, you force teams to come out of those different sets, because when they go heavy, 9 times out of 10, those guys are too slow to react. You know what I'm saying? To, any from how I know how to play defense. When you see that pistol as a defensive end, you're definitely reading running back to quarterback. That's your job. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that, for one, that if he does hand it off, you're able to secure and make the tackle on the running back. And if not, you want to also be able to keep outside contained so he doesn't zoom right by you. Guess what? Those ends are going to bite on Lamar Miller getting the ball. And guess who's able to scat for big gains? You goddamn right. Braxton Miller. You know what I'm saying? And if you know what I'm saying, when teams want to bring that safety down, you also have a pitchman in Tyler Irvin or Akeem Hunt. Now, in order to make these kind of plays work, you have to have solid blocking on the outside. Like I said, with guys like C.J. Fedorowicz, I would line them up and I would line guys like him up outside. I call those my Hulk sets. You know what I'm saying? Where you automatically know that this C.J. Fedorowicz is gonna pancake that corner. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you can take one guy out of the field of play, it eliminates one less defender that you have to worry about. Again, being able to schematically beat people, that is the key. And Houston has all the tools. Bill O'Brien is just refusing not to use them. Now, I can understand if he wants to wait until playoff time to try to catch a team like New England or Denver off guard with this shit, but I mean, like I said, man, the schedule gets easier after tonight, but like I said, man, something's got to give, and you got to start being like Pete Carroll, because I'm tired of this bland kind of offense. I want to see some explosion. That's why we went and made the moves we made this year. But as per usual, man, shout out to my boy Ray Ray, shout out to my boy LaFlame, my boy Sticky. You know what I'm saying? Like, sub, and peace, and I'm out.